Two former division rivals in the old AFC West, the Seahawks and Chargers, are underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Right out of the gates, here's Smith. And his first pass is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, Smith. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Whenever I see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. At that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again is Smith. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, a confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert got his man. It's Williams. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. There's Herbert finds Williams. They'll look to throw. And this one too low. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
To the air again, Herbert. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. And some room to run now. There he goes, right side. The 40, 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, from back where that one started, they were hoping probably for just a few yards on the ground there. Instead, they get 90-plus and into the end zone.
And as much credit as I have to give the guys on offense, I often think when I see a run of that magnitude that there has to have been a mistake made, maybe even multiple mistakes on defense, because you're expecting them to run the ball in that stage from that stage of the field. Instead, it turns into one of the longest runs that we're going to see in the NFL.
The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there on a first down for Seattle. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Ken Walker with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Chargers, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields this way up at the 17, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this one is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And that is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Throwing on third down, Smith. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Here we go on fourth. Smith. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Another try after the first down sack. Herbert throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Here we go on fourth. Herbert.
Open man, Parham. He's got him. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Smith on 1st down.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. On second down, it's Walker. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Smith. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Geno now to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. Finding room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Smith. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
Now think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
4 yards on the pickoff. 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Look at the man in motion. Now on 2nd and 13, Smith. This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf Metcalf, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have moved out in front. Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Seahawks 21, Chargers 14. Michael Dixon,
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, 35 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. We got a tie game here, a back-and-forth first half. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 12, Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 27, Herbert steps away to his left. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll get this down to the 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Herbert now. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
He's got him in, complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Michael Dixon kicking off for Seattle.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Charger drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard. As Herbert has it knocked free, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 31, Chargers 21. Michael Dixon kicking off for Seattle.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They snap it to Herbert. And now here's another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
After the interception, here's Smith. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker from 17 yards out. And the Seahawks take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
21. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is...
And my goodness, another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a set.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Derek Young, 37 yards. And the Seahawks get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Caught by Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there on third down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
19-18. 19 right. 19-19.
On 1st down, Smith. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith. Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here. And he'll be out right at the 35. On 1st and 10, Smith. Going for the deep ball. And now here's another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. From just shy of midfield, Herbert. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. from the gun. Herbert on third down. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Eckler, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
Second and goal on the Seahawks 7-yard line.
Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Donald Parham. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers get a bit closer. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets him.
He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Out of the gun, Smith. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On second and 10, Smith. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a big 6 on a Charger TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case...
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
Michael Dixon taking off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Throwing again on second down. Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And some space here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Herbert on first down now. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. He's going to air one out. And my goodness, another interception. Tariq Woolen picks it. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
They'll start out here with the option left. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Running left is Walker. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Lockett the man in motion. From his goal line here, Smith. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it.
Touchdown! Austin Eckler. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now
it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get two. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Walker now on 1st and 10. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And Walker once more. Stopped up shy of the 45 despite some pretty powerful running. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Boy, 184 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Smith going to throw it. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And this play is not going to work. He's out of bounds, well shy of the goal line. And the try for 2, unsuccessful. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And a short kick taken at about the 16.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 24.
Chargers 41. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Now that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner, and